Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here on another League of Dracula battle extravaganza. Today we've got Spencer Wolfhart as the Hunters going up against Geo as Dracula. And I, as always, am your host, Captain Gyro. So thanks for being here. Let's hope we have a good one this time. Spencer Wolfhart, a tried and true tested player. He's been around the block, knows all the ropes. And Geo, who's also been around for quite some time now, also a strong player. My co-commentator today will be nobody, because it's just me. Oh, Dracula is in Austro-Hungary. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Geo in disbelief at the Night 1 psychic bond. But I like it. I like the Night 1 psychic bond. You never know what Dracula's gonna do, and it's good to know these things. You don't want to be too predictable to your opponent, you know? Go ahead and, tick it first every night. Like, shake things up a little once in a while and trick them up. Hey, Scott Sword, thanks for joining. Yeah, there's other ways you can do tricky things like this. You can move Mina and Godalming on the first day to Munich, and then do Psychic Bond in Germany that night. That's another option. A lot of Draculas won't see that coming. And, those tickets will work themselves out eventually. One would hope, although it isn't always the case. So go ahead and try to surprise him once in a while. Why not? And we had Evil Presence. So we know that he didn't start in 44, 59, or 11. I'm sort of thinking it's like a Klausenberg start. That's where I'm putting my chips down. Now he's not in Austro-Hungary. That checks out. I mean, probably went over to 22. Now he's planning to go to 10, maybe. It's not a bad little start. Another option I don't think is too bad. You could start in Bucharest, then you go to Galatz for your first encounter. You misdirect, you go to Klausenberg, put down another encounter, and then you go back to Bucharest and put an encounter down. Now you've got like a little wall that sits there to protect your encounter in 22. You could put a Bats in Klausenberg, you could put a Saboteur in 10, or a Fog even, something like that. Something to shield Galatz, so the Mature can go through. That's sort of a neat little trick. I think really at this point what he should do is go to Castle Dracula. Because, I mean, why not? They already basically know what you did. I mean, sure, I guess he could have started in Sarajevo and now he went to Valona or something like that, right? But why? Who does that? It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me to play something like that. Or Belgrade to Sofia, it's too weird to me. To me, it seems like the writing's on the wall here. It's a Klausenberg start. So at that point, it's like, yeah, you know, why not just go to Castle Drac? Sure, they're gonna know, but they already know. And, you know, putting an encounter down in Castle Dracula is really not... I, at least, don't think it's that bad a move. It's kind of an out-of-the-way spot. It's this additional space that they now have to go to. It's only connected to 2 other cities. They can't supply there. What else can't they do? They can still rest at Castle Dracula. And I think they can ticket? I forget. Have to double check those rules, but I know they can't supply at Castle Dracula. I'm gonna look that up. Hunter cannot perform a supply action or reserve a ticket while on Castle Dracula. You know, I think you could do a lot worse. I think you could do a whole lot worse. Oh, did we have a search there? No, we didn't. But it wasn't Klausenberg. Okay, alright. Interesting. So I'm down a few dollars now. Let's see if I can make it up along the way here. So this has to be 6 or 49. But do you misdirect it? I guess he's planning on doing some lair shenanigans here. Because, I mean, if you misdirect it now, they have to guess between 10 and 50 and 55. But if you think they're going there anyway, then maybe there's really no point. Maybe you'd rather take the lair. Okay, so it is Sarajevo. And we're looking at 50 or 55 now. Hunters are already moving along. Where to go? I guess if you can get all the way to 50, go all the way to 50. Oh, goodness. Look who it is. It is the man himself. Well, things are getting off to a pretty heated start already. These early fights I always find to be a bit unpredictable. Because as Dracula, you're pleased that you can escape early in the fight. It only takes to round 2 for Drac to escape. But on the other hand, early in the game like this, it can kind of be tough to know what the hunters are carrying. Because, first of all, they haven't run into many encounters. So you don't have much information. You haven't seen them reveal a weapon. Oh, good punch. You haven't seen them reveal any weapons or hosts or anything in order to defeat the encounters. So you have very little information. And on top of that, I guess the idea is that early in the game, early morning, earlier in the game, their hand is typically less refined. Like, the later the game goes on, the more likely they are to, you know, have the knives and the horses and maybe the heavenly host, things that they really want. But early in the game, especially if you find Dracula's trail early and you're getting started quickly like this, there's really no telling what they might have. Okay, and it's a double vamp. We've seen knife, rifle, stake, and wreath discarded, but you know, somebody could be toting around a crucifix or a holy circle or a garlic or something like that. It's really tough to say. So Dracula will need to exercise some caution here lest he be caught out by some kind of surprise item. You know, the longer the game goes on, kind of the more likely it is that things like crucifix and garlic and holy circle, those things are going to get discarded to the wayside in favor of the, you know, more popular cards. Okay, he got scratched. He got out of that pretty good. Called out the plotting with the punch. That was well played. Dodged the fangs. That was well played. Took his 2 damage. Took his lumps like a man, and that's that. Okay, Dr. Seward supplying. We're not going to see any backup for quite some time, it looks like. So do you send Mina in? You know, with the double... I don't think you do. Not with 2 vampires like this. Of course, it depends on what she's holding. Okay, it looks like he's going in. You know, maybe you got a holy circle or something. You could just run away from one of the vampires and then, you know, hit Dracula with your knife or something. It'd be interesting though, because I'd be surprised if Dracula couldn't manage a quick escape out of this fight. Then again, you know, if your hunters save their weapons for round 2, that could catch Dracula off guard. It's tricky as Dracula because, at least in my mind, I'm always thinking, okay, the round in which I can escape comes around, and I'm thinking, well, they know I want to escape. They know it. So I'm not going to escape this round. I'm going to save that for the next round. Escape one round later. And then every time I seem to do that, they throw out Heavenly Hosts. And now you're sitting there, you're in even more peril because you can't escape this round because now the weapons are surely going to come out. Wow, handling these combats very nicely. But how about the combat that matters? The one with the boss vampire. Time to find out. Critical foe ahead. Therefore try ranged battle. Ooh, this would be interesting. Both a little damage. Not too badly though. What could he be carrying, you know? Double Heavenly Host on Godalming? Something like that? Oh, the pistol. No more pistol for you, partner. Dracula just grabs the pistol out of his hand like the boss and disassembles it on the spot. Okay, and then Mina with the rifle. So does that mean she's got a knife as well? Wouldn't surprise me if she did. Then what's Godalming got? The other knife, perhaps. That might explain why he threw a knife out. What do you do here? He's gonna mesmerize? Oh, he's gonna strength Mina. Oh, it's a garlic! Yeah, so he's sitting here thinking, oh, I could have escaped. Or maybe not, maybe he didn't have it, but... Yeah, it's gonna take a punch. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You never really know what they're holding on to this early in the game. At least he didn't try to fang her. Fang against Godalming, he's dodging. That's a good dodge. You really don't want him getting his health back like that. Mina blasting him down with the rifle. But now what? Looks like he doesn't care about escaping almost. He just wants to fight. He just wants to slug it out. Oh, here's the escape. Yeah, okay. So we sacrificed a few health points, but we got some information. Mina has steak, she has garlic, she has rifle. Godalming had a pistol, but it's gone now. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate that he's going to be having to clear the vampire off the trail. You do hate to see that, but he doesn't have to. He could just end the combat and do just that effect. Oh no, it's only clearing the hide card. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's pretty useful. That's useful to know. I did not know about that. Here I was thinking that Sophia would be cleared enough. Yeah, but of course, that makes perfect sense. Alright. Could be worse. He isn't in Baltica, that's a good psychic bond. So we're thinking Zagreb, right? I mean, that's probably where I'd be. But I would not be wolf forming either. Don't think you should wolf form yet. I think you would probably rather go like Vienna, Munich, something like that. Or heck, maybe, I mean, I don't think lots of Draculas would do this, but maybe you escape as a bat to 6, right? And then you move to 49, and then 59, and then 58, 38, or just straight to 38. I'm gonna go ahead and give away a big secret. Not everybody knows about this, but these two spaces right here, Sarajevo and Zagreb, if you're Dracula, you always want to visit these spaces if you can, because you can then turn them into lairs afterwards, and these two spaces are amazing as lairs. If the hunters want to, leave the often traveled area of Athens, Valona, this whole region, the fastest way to do that is to go through these spots, and if they're lairs, you're getting added value. Even if they're in 50, they gotta go through these spots. Pretty much wherever they are in the east. Unless they're like far up north, like 28, 53. They're always gonna have to hit these spots, assuming they're taking their horses. They're fast horses, that is. Staking time. Yeah, die! Die! Blood-sucking devil. So now what do? Do you feed? Do you go to Munich now? If you're in range 2? Oh, yeah, come on in, Scott Sword. Let me hop in a chat. Yeah, I'm in the voice chat, buddy, if you want to hop in. Is our lair in Sarajevo already? That's what you like to see.
Hello.
Hey! How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Scott Sword joining us now. Glad to
Hello,
have
everyone.
you.
Good to be here. Good to speak to you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we haven't talked in ages. Did you make your cocoa?
No, I did not. I'm not a cocoa fan. I don't even have tea with me.
Ooh,
Very disappointing.
that's
With the
a sad day.
downside to being with the in-laws, I haven't got my kettle. It's okay. I'll survive.
What are they? Are they barbarians? They don't have a kettle?
No, they're just Spanish. Spanish don't believe in kettles.
Oh dear. Alright.
I discovered that very early. I had to rectify it.
You can gift them that, yeah.
I've had quite a start here.
One of those classic selfish gifts. Oh, I got you this because I was thinking about you. Really, you're thinking about you.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I gave my mother-in-law a kettle, told her it would change her life, and then when we moved out, she said, "Here you go. You can have the kettle back."
Classic mother-in-law stuff. Very passive-aggressive, that.
Wow, what a game! We've had quite a blistering start with the reveal and the Sophia fight, which didn't go too well for Dracula.
Oh, here we go. Bats in Valona. He's playing the long game with the lair strategy here. I like it. This is very calculated.
Oh, we know Mina's items, right? So she's got garlic and rifle.
Garlic and rifle. Yeah, no more steak.
It's possible then. Might be able to get a kill here. Fortunately, it's just inside week 1.
Not with garlic. She'll never die holding that thing.
We'll have to see. Only be 2 influence though. If it is a kill on Mina.
If only it was double garlic.
Oh well, then she's unkillable.
I mean, she can still get clawed to death, but
true.
You know,
Dracula might not draw both of them.
It's true.
And then with dodge mixed in as well.
Oh, mesmerizes the garlic. What do you do now? Do you dodge?
Right. Okay, so there might be a plotting, or do you try to escape, hoping that Drac will plot, but then Drac will fang you anyway?
I think Fang is coming. I think Fang's next.
Yeah, you're right. There's the fang. Oh, spot on. Look at you.
I mean, once you see that garlic come out, it's pretty It's pretty tempting to Fang at that point.
Right. Obviously, then
You
got
feel
the
pretty
three
bad. Feel pretty bad if you went for the plotting and she just ran for it.
Right.
Whereas maybe, who knows, maybe you'll draw the second Fang.
Right. Or if you have two fangs anyway,
Right.
well, I can throw out one, and I can maybe try to. It's quite likely then that Drac will play Garlic, so I can plot against it, and then you got a free fang then afterwards, right?
Yeah. This could be worse though. I mean, she didn't lose a horse or anything like that. She lost a garlic and a rifle.
Right. And then surprising return and something else.
Okay, we're misdirecting. The escape is
And
bat location.
Drac did get 3 points actually, because it was the mesmerized fang combo. They don't see too often actually.
Yeah.
So
nicely played. Yeah, that's a good little move. I mean, he had the bats in Valona as his very first encounter.
I guess.
I mean, you gotta feel really bad if it's one of those games where they just don't draw any newspaper reports.
Or they get 0 horses, so they just
But I
choose not
guess
to go and get it.
you can always go back there later and still make use of the bats.
Right. I suspect what maybe Gio was planning. Yeah, shame it doesn't get revealed. Maybe what Gio was planning was to try and bat them into that double vampire space in Sophia, but then Godalming had other ideas and just went on top of Sophia anyway.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. Why misdirect? What was this, a grab?
It was the bat location.
Yeah, but can't you just, I mean, you could layer that, right?
Yeah, but maybe it's not Zagreb then.
No, it was revealed.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I missed that then. Oh, interesting.
I guess the benefit is if you're planning on getting into another fight, you increase your chances of drawing escape as bat. Putting it back in the deck that way.
But Munich got checked though, and Munich was empty.
Munich did get checked, but that was a while ago now. Could have easily gone to Munich after going to 58. Or maybe he did want to actually return to Zagreb. He is in Austria-Hungary. So it was just like simply a double back, it looks like.
How did he... Oh, because Hyde's available again, so maybe he went to like Vienna Hyde and is now in Zagreb. Oh, nice.
Yeah. The unrumored mature. Not bad, not bad.
Obviously, the hunters had wasted that stake in Sofia, so they killed that vamp basically for nothing.
It's not all doom and gloom, though. Dracula did take some damage.
Yep. And they can just supply up and
try to recover from this. Yeah.
Right. Seward and Van Helsing are probably well supplied up. They're in good positions. Do you know the state of the table?
No.
With these two in their rankings. They're both on 2 wins. Gio's played. Oh, Gio's gone back to the lair. Gio's played 5 games and Spencer's played 4, but they're both on 2 wins. But Spencer won the reverse matchup on Hunters.
Right.
No.
When he was Dracula.
When he was Dracula, Gio was on Hunters. Yeah, it was only a 2 IDS victory, but still, IDS isn't so critical in the league phase. So yeah, Gio will be out for revenge.
Yeah.
Gio beat Mr. Green, but then Hunters, but then lost to Skybreaker on Hunters. So a bit of a mixed bag on Hunters for Gio. So I'll have to see. And lost to Spencer, of course. Then, so yeah, let's see if Gio can get the Drac win instead.
I really like this return to the lair actually, because you're doing it at a time when Mina is basically no consequence.
Right. And does Godalming have horses? Do we know that? To get into Sofia, he must have
They've
used
only
horses, I think.
no, they took trains there. No,
Was he
that's
not?
right. He did take a horse. He checked 28 first, and then he took a horse
Right.
to Sofia. So I guess maybe you're sitting here hoping. I mean, there's still 13 cards in the item deck. You know, there's a pretty good chance that Seward doesn't have his horse yet.
Right. But also, like, the 3 stakes in the discard pile, I know new vampires can be teamed up on, but still, you know, there's probably another vamp there in Sarajevo too, so the Huns are gonna struggle if they haven't got a lot of stakes between them. They're gonna have to dedicate a lot of time to double up on it, but they got a lot of time to do it too, right? 'Cause it's only just gone to the trail.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Van
Oh.
Helsing discarding a horse.
Wait, what? Well, to be fair, I have seen Spencer do that before. He's not adverse to throwing out horses if they don't suit his benefit. I can't explain that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
there's clearly a reason for it.
The value of, I mean, tomorrow you could have Van Helsing in Munich, and the next day he could be in Sarajevo staking a vampire. And even Gio's questioning it. He can't believe what he's seeing. Maybe he's just, you know, he's not a believer. Not a believer in the horses. Good old train will do just fine. I don't know, though. When Dracula is in the position that he's in right now in the East, I think you really want to keep that. Unless maybe he's already holding on to one. But even then, I mean, you could have him in Vienna in 2 days, trading it to Seward.
Maybe he just doesn't want to spend all that movement going there and then probably having to move back again really slowly to Marseille, right? If he's like, well, Van Helsing's going to be the supply bot in Marseille, he doesn't need a horse, I'll just throw it out and just...
It's about to
he'll go back into...
that would be interesting. Yeah, I don't know, because even if Dracula, like, okay, Dracula's next couple moves are going to be into the East, right? He's going to go to 50 or 55 or something like that, one would think. So at that stage, that means chasing after him into those places, which means he's going to leave by sea, probably the Ionian, and head west, which means you're going to have to go back now, which is where the horses are going to come into play yet again, because you're going to have to turn around and chase after him.
Right. I guess the question is it worth... I mean, I would keep the horse. I'm just trying to find a way of justifying it. That's the thing.
Now we've got another layer and another rumor token. Dracula's trying to really apply the pressure here.
Yeah. And also then you got the 2 encounters in front. Hunters might just tunnel vision onto the rumor tokens, and then some innocuous, you know, like aristocratic vampire matures before them, wipes them. That's still 4 points for Drac, and Drac's in a really strong position still.
Oh, yeah, I'd be fine sitting at 11.
Yeah.
Because you kind of
even with Vampire Lair, it's still a good spot.
Yeah, you kind of have to figure that they're not gonna let either of these rumors mature. You kind of have to go off of that assumption.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do, great, you win the game, but is your opponent really going to give it up that easily? Probably not. The problem now is you have to clear up the trail, but you also have to apply enough pressure to Dracula to force him to see. And you have to do that simultaneously, really.
I think that's going to be almost impossible. Especially if Seward hasn't got horses. Ooh, well, Aggie's nice, though.
That'll help.
Mina got renewed vigor, by the way.
That'll help influence Dracula's decision making a little bit here. Maybe it will help force him to go to sea a little bit sooner. But again, that's where the horses come to play. Renewed vigor makes horses even better. Oh, nice dogs. No Saboteur for you. That was a good dogs, really. I mean, I've said it before. I think Saboteur is a really underrated encounter.
Especially in a case like this, right?
Yeah, losing a turn right here is not what you want at all.
Yeah. Chad Saboteur. The thing I would say about Geo is, and we've seen it in a lot of games, Geo is often extremely like passive as Dracula, so I was kind of surprised by this lair stuff, but Geo's often overly threatened by hunters sort of posturing quite close and will just go to sea without trying, like, now, but without having to bait out, like, not wanting to bait out renewed vigors and stuff and seeing if it works or not. So there are times where Geo just ends up putting himself into a position later in the game where he's just very low health because he's been running around by sea a bit too much. So interesting to see if that's still the case here.
He's got the wolf form, so the question's going to be, do you go Munich or Milan or Naples, or what's the plan here?
Right. Especially since you know that Van Helsing does have horses. You might be able to sort of slalom around him. It all depends on what Minos got.
I think I'd have been fine with moving to Athens or to Salonika. Maybe put down a feed. Especially if you have the fog. Yeah, it's like you said, maybe a little rushed to go to sea already. Sort of better safe than sorry attitude, but I mean, you rack up an early lead like this, you do want to play a little bit safer. But the minute you go to sea, now they're going to do exactly what they're doing, which is clearing up your encounters. Ooh, punched him.
Knock off his top hat.
Send him sprawling. Sarajevo, Bologna. So what's the second card? I mean, how many vampires does this guy really have?
There's that pistol again. Oh, it's a new pistol.
Yeah. Got himself a new piece.
I wonder if Geo was just scared of the renewed vigor and the it's just possible that Sud has like a random sense of emergency, right?
Right. And then
and they somehow get onto Athens and they do enough damage to him between the two of them that then suddenly Drac can't really go to sea, and also Aggie's in play. Oh, nice punch again.
Oh yeah, he's putting up his dukes.
And there's no mesmerize, so a pistol would kill here if it's not a fangs.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a fangs.
You think so? Oh no, it's a mesmerize.
It's mesmerize number 3.
No, it's only played 2 minutes. That's right. The second mesmerize. Makes sense. He just played punch, right?
Yeah.
Have we seen? There's only one crucifix in the discard pile. So anything's possible.
Fangs? Missed. Okay. Trying to preserve your henchmen here.
That makes sense. You want to keep the pressure on and just don't let these vampires die needlessly if you can't get a good fang attack in. Oh. No ambush with the other thing. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, lair strategy is useful and all, but it's only as strong as the cards that you have. Which, you know, does that mean that there's some synergy between Dark Call and a lair strategy? I would say yes.
It just gives you some more options.
Yeah.
That's the thing we don't like. You know, Dark Call's normally frowned upon because A, you're taking damage, A, you're not placing encounter, and also it doesn't improve your encounter economy. It gives you more options. But there might be situations where you want a very lethal combo of cards because you know the hunters will move a certain way in a couple turns time, and you want to prepare for that. Get that, you know, that bats that you really need or something like that.
Maybe it does have its place.
But very rarely.
Oh, this guy's punching like crazy. Who plotted on you, Spencer Wolfhart, and scarred you for
Clearly.
life?
Doesn't believe in dodge.
Maybe it's maybe it's just that Spencer Wolfhart loves his plotting so much.
Oh, there's the dodge.
Yeah. Well played.
Yeah, Spencer's played these combats pretty well.
He's making a lot of good calls in the combats, and that's really adding up over time here. Saving yourself 2 damage here, 2 damage there can really start to make a difference.
Especially, oh, that means he. Oh, so it has to have a stake. You don't escape like that. Well, unless Mina's going to move in, but I assume Mina's going to have to deal with the other encounter. Is it the Zaget or is it a hide? Could that be a Vienna hide that got wiped? And that might screw over the hunters a bit if they don't realize.
You know, I think it is. It's either that or it's 53, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Determinator. No.
It's an exciting game so far. Now we're
Van Helsing just
starting
started a knife. He must be. Has he got like 3 heavily hosts or something?
Yeah, you get in a fight with Drac, you play Heavenly Host. Drac's thinking, oh, surely he doesn't have a second one. You play it again, and now he's thinking, well, surely he doesn't have the third one.
Unless the hunters drew consecrated ground. Oh, the dogs.
Dogs.
That's 1 vamp. And
wolves!
Oh.
He should have ambushed.
Yeah, he should have ambushed. Yeah, that was a slip up there.
Yeah, you gotta get those dogs out of the hand. Nice dogs.
It's probably easy to forget that, unlike a stake, the dogs don't disappear when you search.
Right. So that's sort of a high level element to remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though it's on the card, it's just because we see them so infrequently.
Yeah, if you've got wolves and saboteur on the trail right next to each other, maybe you gotta assume, maybe I should just go ahead and ambush with this saboteur. Well, not the saboteur because he wouldn't have known about the dogs yet, but by the time you've seen the dogs, it's time to ambush. Unless maybe you're thinking, oh, sod it, let him keep his dumb dogs. I mean, let him at least have some fear of what that face down card could be. Okay, we got a wolf.
I'm confused. I'm also confused because the stake got spent on Sarajevo, which is a new VAP. But they don't have a stake for the Reckless. Unless Seward's just going to go and mop it up and Gadami will then ride away. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we've got all 4 stakes in the discard at this point, so how do you handle this Reckless? Yeah, I agree, that's a good question. I think this is a hide. Phantom hide, ghost hide.
I know, Gadami's searching. Oh, wolves again. Oh no, dogs could have cancelled them.
It's alright though, I don't know how much you really want to commit Seward further into the east at this point.
Well, I guess he doesn't have horses to get out, so you either commit him fully, or maybe you just send it back now.
Well, once he can get to Vienna, he can take a train to 25. Which is too shabby.
Yeah.
But yeah, without the horses, it is tougher. Strength's the punch. Surely we're gonna have a Fang here, though, right? Once it gets its health back before it gets pistoled.
But do we know Gadami's other items? Fang into
something else. Yeah, good dodge.
Horse pistol, something else then. Does he have any host?
That could be it. But you don't play it here.
Don't you?
No, I think you go for the pistol. Mesmerize, it checks out.
The problem is it's just too likely the pistol gets cancelled there. That's the thing.
It's also true,
Whereas...
but you can... Yeah, and he can escape this round.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, Fang.
Dodge. No, punches.
No, punch. Oh, because now it's gained... Basically, it gained a health off that. So that's going to be really hard to kill now unless you got like a hidden crucifix or knife.
He's mesmerized too, so...
Oh yeah, so even a knife won't work.
Quite do the trick.
And crucifix is useless. Because basically only one mesmerize left. Yeah, maybe Vampire might get a bit greedy and try to claw you or something, and you can just heavily host it. Yep.
Looks like Crucifix could have helped after all.
Yeah. I think that might have been a misplay, using the stake on the wrong, because Sud could have sailed Adriatic to get out. So I think that was a bit of a misplay there.
Then how do you handle the new vampire in Sarajevo? 2-on-1 it?
Like,
with me
yeah.
and oh,
yeah,
he's
or maybe
gonna have another bite of the apple here.
Oh, it did an ambush. Very good.
Maybe he doesn't have the stake, so this will be interesting.
I think if I was, I don't know, it's tricky. If I was, I probably would have said Gadami and Seward to Sarajevo first. Ignore the loner. See, it's because you know it's a new vamp. Get rid of that first without using the stake, and then you send Seward forward with the stake.
Yeah, have the two gentlemen fight it together. That might have been.
And they do that first.
Yeah. How do you think Spencer Wolfhart feels having to deal with his own lair strategies?
It must be quite strange for him. I don't know if he's played against it very much. I don't think he's played against Wizakagic at competitions, so it's not exactly meta. So
how do you feel about moving Van Helsing to Milan here? I mean, Dracula could have been there, but if he was, you'd have to fight him. So
right.
It all depends on what Van Helsing's holding. If he escapes as a bat from Milan, it starts to look even worse. Your chance.
Yeah, especially with Wolf form, right? He's only got one event too, so it's not as if I'm like, well, if he's really stacked up with heroic leaps and planned ambushes, then I can definitely see it. But if there's only one event, I mean, it's possible.
But even if you heroic leap Dracula with the old man, I mean, Dracula can just feed, and now you still have to fight him. It's a soil.
So it was Saged then, but it's not a Phantom Hide.
Pretty tricky movement there.
Right. Imagine if that was a vamp, and those two hunters had committed all the way to the loner and killed Sarajevo 1, and he got 4 points out of it anyway.
All that just for Dracula to go up to 11 points regardless.
Yes, to Terminator. Lucy's revenge was needed in that fight against the Reckless. You are a cute cookie. You know
what? From escaping, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know how much help that would have been, though. It still had 3 health.
Yeah, that's true. This is why I think Heavenly Host, then you just throw it out. Maybe it's not Heavenly Host then. Oh, no, Gadami's going after it again. So why is Seward going? Oh, nice.
Maybe Seward's there because, you know, this could turn pear-shaped. You need to have a backup.
Oh, unless Gadami gives him the horse and Seward runs off with it.
No, there's an
and Gadami can then just stay put somewhere else or go to Athens and supply up or something. Oh, yikes. Oh yeah, here comes all the banter in the chat. Snuff wants Geo to win. Just because it helps his IDS. Oh, no, IDS, the medium buckholts. That's why I like this format. You end up rooting for all of your opponents.
Yeah.
Oh!
it was a crucifix the whole time.
Did he... Wait, did he get that with the...
Lucky find.
Or did he have it all the time?
Yeah, we'll never know. Well
And the
played.
deck's just reset. Discarded items, 2 garlics, 2 dogs.
Yes, that does in fact hurt him. Confirmed. Okay, so he didn't go 37 or 25. At least that's good information to have. So that puts Dracula in... I'm it's possible Munich, but I'm really thinking more like Naples.
Unless it's Athens.
True. It could be Athens. It could be Salonika.
Salonika would be even better because he could then go into... Oh, especially since all the layers have been cleared as well. But now Sud is blocking Sofia, which maybe Geo didn't plan for. But I guess he could hide now in Salonika if he is there, or in Athens. But the jig, if it's Athens, the jig will be up very quickly because you'll have to go to see or misdirect Valona. Oh, never mind.
I mean, this could still be Venice or Florence. It could really be anywhere in Italy besides 37, 25, or 13.
Yeah,
or
16.
Or 16, 24, of course. So. Not
Right, so,
not Italy proper. Yeah.
Right.
It's Switzerland.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Exactly. Austria. Switzerland. Exactly. Yeah, but we... Yeah, what's Switzerland about? Yeah, so it could be a Venice fake wolf form. It could easily be like Florence or something, going down the boot, or we could now move up into Venice if you wanted to try and catch a hunter alone and then escape us back against it. See.
Yeah.
Still got a week to go until Fury, by the way. The hunters have cleared up those 2 Ruba tokens.
Yeah, it took a little damage and a little time commitment, but they are dealt with. Now Seward does have the horse. Only a 1, unfortunately, on the ticket, but
that's alright. You can get Sarajevo before it's layered.
Nope, he's gonna go
Oh.
Bologna.
Now that I didn't expect. I assumed Seward would move up. Unless he thinks it's southern Italy and Seward's going to jump across.
Could be an excellent weather kicking around. What? You don't like that?
No, I'm laughing at Thomas's message in the chat saying, "Who plays Crucifix?" Yeah, Thomas wanted to keep that on the down low. Don't know. We got ourselves a game. Spencer's managed to clear up this trail. Maybe it's a little bit weak in terms of events, just because there's a lot of Dracula stuff at the top. A lot of Dracula stuff at the top, but you never know.
Yes. Still on a razor's edge here. So where's this? Is this a wolf form and then hide, maybe? You know, and he's just hanging out in Naples the whole time?
Yeah, definitely possible. And you could bait Van Helsing in here, but then you don't know anything about Van Helsing. And in fact, you've seen Van Helsing discard knife and horse. Then you know that Van Helsing's probably packed to the rafters, or he's just got unpredictable items that could just really hurt. But then Dracula managed to get... Oh, there's Dracula going to sea. So that has to be Naples then, because there's no other way.
It's gotta be, yeah. Now we know. The only other thing it could be was, you know, wolf form to Bari and then a proper move to Naples, but I think wolf form to Naples with hide is much more likely.
Yeah, agreed.
It's tricky because Van Helsing never committed to the east the way the other hunters did. So he was able to rather quickly flush Dracula out of Italy. There's Naples Hyde.
Because the timing, there was no rumor token on here. So...
That's right. But you don't really need one to encourage them to go for it, I think. Oh, Van Helsing gonna give him.
I didn't expect that move.
No, I didn't either. Maybe you have Seward deal with Naples if he has an excellent weather.
He's right, but if he doesn't, he's not going to get there in time. Unless Spencer doesn't care. I just keep Seward there. It's also got
a hide card on it, so that could actually throw a spanner in the works here.
Van Helsing could deal with it if he'd gone. Maybe Spencer's thinking, well, maybe you're planning to go to Cagliari, but now I'm going to prevent you from doing that. I'm going to keep Seward east, so you don't want to go east. And he just funnels him westward, but then, especially there's no wolf form either. For a bit.
I think you don't go to Cagliari, even if Van Helsing didn't take to sea. Without the feed card available, I think Cagliari's significantly weaker, right? Because you're taking an extra damage to basically end up in the same sea zone that you were going to end up in anyway, right?
Right. The only benefit is you get to put out an encounter.
Right.
But then you're also telegraphing where you're going, right?
Not to mention, I mean, without Hyde, it's just the one encounter.
Well, I guess the only benefit would be, though, if you do go to Cagliari, he would then be able to wolf form from Mediterranean, whereas now it's impossible. If he goes Mediterranean, he has to land normally.
Right.
The wolf form from South Atlantic isn't very good.
But if Van Helsing lands on you and shoves 3 heavenly hosts down your throat, you're in a pickle.
Yeah, you're not surviving that one. Ooh, nice.
Hi, Arukamania. Welcome to the party. I'll move my mic a little closer to my face. Hopefully you can hear me a little better.
Well, I'm really surprised. I thought I'm the one talking quietly.
That's the limit of my technical ability.
Yeah, this is scary because you got Van Helsing's pretty threatening here, and the fact he's in the same sea zone as you. Oh, Gio's conceding.
Gio already calling GG. Come on, you don't know that. Oh, he went to Ionian after all. Wow.
I don't know.
I mean, it's tricky because, you know, going to the Mediterranean is the expected thing. Going to the Ionian gets you closer to your lairs. But based on the hunter's positions, it also leaves you kind of trapped if you're discovered.
And also, the thing is, like, the hunters are not even halfway through the deck yet, and a lot of that was Dracula cards. So, I mean, there's no guarantee they're going to have... They got renewed vigor, sure, but they're down a horse. They might not have CG, so... And even then, I don't know, we don't know what Naples maturing would be actually really critical. Well, it goes back to Rinian. That could matter.
Yeah, I mean, this Naples card could be significant. Oh,
Yeah, he has to. You can't.
Creating some obfuscation here, yeah.
And he gets a wolf form back. Yeah. And Naples can mature before he lands. He can't land because he has to land in Athens otherwise, and that's just not going to happen.
Much as you might want to, yeah, that's basically suicide. Yeah, Snuff, you raise a really good point. I feel like looking at Dracula's layers can sometimes reveal to you information about what his plans are. You know, you could tell that he's obviously very tempted to go back to where his lairs are so that he continue to make good use of them and get value out of whatever cards he left behind. To that end, as Dracula, you can actually play on those expectations a little bit and have lairs in a certain part of the board that look very important but actually don't really matter to your plans, and then try to trick them that way. I think that's a bit of a high level consideration if you have a lot of respect for your opponent and think that they might be trying to cotton on to your lair plans. You can, leave a bunch of lairs in a certain part of the map and then use sea travel to split the board and have them thinking that you're more likely to go one way than the other, when in fact your plan was the opposite all along. Yeah, the endless mind games. It's mind games all the way down.
I don't know how I feel about Godalming's move there. I feel like supplying, because have they drawn Evil Presence and Local Rumors? Oh, one Evil Presence. It's just too likely they could draw. Wait, what? That's a huge assumption about what your opponent's doing. I just supply because you might. Oh, right, that's why.
That explains it. That explains all the behavior.
That explains a lot. Because Naples will mature, though. Naples will mature, and depending on what it is, it could well be points. If it's a hoax, then you could devilish power your way out of this mess. If
he's leaving Valona open.
Yeah, I respect that.
If he's in the Black Sea, he's aired. If he's in the Adriatic, it's Valona only. Which makes sense why you would put Godalming to sea so that he can confront Dracula in Valona.
Right, and even if Naples does mature with a vamp, Ionian will still be on the trail. Right, so, if you wolf form to Athens, you're going to be trapped behind your own trail. Sarajevo's a lair, but they could clear it, and it's just, yeah. If this is a hoax and he gets devilish power and he can remove the Venice, well, the absolute scenes.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, because then he could wolf form to 37, and yeah, you'd be able to really move from there. Yeah, it's not over yet. Yeah, you can move to Valona. You can put down a fog. You can
no fogs have been used.
Have both of them?
Nope, neither of them have been used.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you go to Valona, you put down a fog, you trap a hunter in fog, you can wolf form out.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you could even make a play for the castle, potentially.
Oh, no.
What happened?
He's layering Naples.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it was a mistake on his part.
Oh, that sucks.
Unfortunate.
Oh, he says mistake. Oh, no. Oh, did he meant to click mature?
Yeah,
oh, no.
Soil maybe would have been useful.
Yeah, soil, even vampire, I mean, I know IDS isn't as critical in the league stage, but still, just get the IDS up. You just never know. Should. Rip.
I mean, what do? You land at 55 with a fog. You play the game of who has forewarned, Godalming, Seward, or Van Helsing.
Right.
Then
wait for Adriatic to come off the trail, I guess.
Wolf form to 10, or you feed. Maybe you wolf form to 6, and then go 28 and castle.
Or, depending on the timing, you might be able to get into Athens while, fog, while Valona's fogged. Get into Athens for then the second one. And at the same hunter walks in, that'll give you enough time to at least hide. I think Ionian will fall off the trail in time.
Then you feed in Athens.
Right.
Still have wolf forms. You could maybe get yourself out if you need to, and Maybe you try to get a kill here, you know? Maybe you fog somebody and take the fight anyway, go get the kill.
Yeah, I kind of like this actually,
Well,
because like,
he got what he wanted. He got to return to his lair.
right, and he didn't take checkmate penalty, so. And
That's why you never go Black Sea, kids. It's the only sea besides Ionian that only has 2 ports.
oh. If this is now mob and fog, oh, this could be huge damage. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, but we'll be forewarned. No, it won't be. Okay. Now you could take this fight and kill him.
Ah, but just imagine if it was a vamp in Naples, and that could have been GG then.
Mm-hmm. That could have won the game, you're right.
But now having to... Wow.
Well, mistakes happen.
Indeed.
Okay, they're slowly closing in. Seward looking to intercept the wolf form, it looks like.
Right.
And
But you could, like...
he is taking the fight. That's a smart play.
I mean, if he also wanted to, he could escape his bat from here to Sarajevo, and then wolf form over Mina. It's not great, but at least he'd be out of the east that way. Let's see what happens.
Mesmerized. Now we've got Sister Agatha in play, is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
pretty unfortunate for Drac.
You kind of want to kill Godalming here. Bite isn't really good enough.
Yes, but at least the healing would have been on the table. No, it's not. Nice punch! This guy was an amateur boxer or something. I don't think I've ever seen so many punches thrown in a game.
Spencer's definitely aggressive, but then in the next next game could easily just mix it up and dodge every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the cool thing about it.
Once folks start cottoning on, switch it up. Yeah, he's landing blows. 1 fewer precious hit point for Drac. He's going for the Fang. I think that was probably intended to stop the Heavenly Host.
If there's a Heavenly Host.
I
don't know where they are, because... Oh, that's right, there is a crucifix. Well, unless there was a trade we didn't see. Ah.
It's tough to play Crucifix at 3 health in a night fight like this, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's very,
it takes its claws, and that's it.
Crucifix is such a coin flip. Heavenly Host, there it is.
Oh, and Dracula basically can't kill Godalming now because of the fact you've got pistol and dodge. You can't double claw here. So yeah, that really went south for Dracula.
Risky Host, because you don't know if you're going to get clawed, but it also makes a lot of sense that you've seen the Fangs played. Go for the Heavenly Host next.
Yeah.
Again, aggression. You're right about the aggression. He's seems to be worried less about keeping Godalming alive and more about doing as much damage as he can.
Let's give us back. But honestly, like, Aggie too, so that's gonna be 2 damage.
She's the worst. Forget Consecrated Ground. She's the one who needs the nerf. Honestly, though, like, I don't really mean that sarcastically. Like, I don't know if she's like exactly overpowered or something, but the way the card is designed, like, she's just not really designed in a fun way. In my opinion, at least, like, she's designed in this way where it's like sort of a floodgate to Dracula. Like, it just shuts down options and kind of makes combat a little more deterministic, right? 'Cause it's like, oh well, we know he won't get healing now, so that
right
sort of just tilts everything in our favor. Because a big part about fighting against Dracula is you don't know if he's actually going to end up with more health. If you mess things up, he could leave the fight with more health than he started with. And Aggie just takes all that off the table.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, because there are 3 items that counter fangs. Would it be better if it was just, or it only takes damage against the escape rather than fangs?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. Fangs is already such a risky card for Dracula to play. It's sort of his best card in a way, because it's a healing card, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. In a lot of ways, it's his strongest card. But because of all of the other cards that exist in the same environment, it so frequently just neutered because it's very risky to even play it. And Agatha just takes that whole situation and makes it even more hostile to the Fangs card. Maybe it could do that, or maybe you could just reduce its damage to 1. But I don't know. Maybe that would just be not even good. Now, like, would that make it unplayable and bad at that point? I'm not sure.
I think we're going to have to take it upon ourselves then to make all the necessary changes for our own 5th edition.
Certainly nobody else is going to do it for us. I think a big part of it is just that, like, she's not a very exciting card, even though she's very inherently powerful. It's not like when Consecrated Ground comes up, it's this big moment, right? Like, oh my gosh, it turns out they do have it after all. It's like this big will they, won't they? But with Sister Agatha, like, she's already on the board when the combat begins. You already know exactly how it's going to affect the combat. You just basically, like, the writing's just on the wall at that point, the value that you're going to get out of it.
Do you think it's so difficult because then you got Dracula allies, but you basically don't see them because of good luck. Would it be almost better if allies were a playable event, in the sense of, like, you hold them in your hand? They maybe do a little bit more, but you play them in one moment. If like you have a situation where, like, Dracula escapes his bat from a combat, and Dracula's like, oh haha, I got away, and then it's like almost like great strength. Any hand to just be like, we've got a nun. And
I enjoy the brainstorming, but I'm not sure that they need to be changed that drastically. Also, that would be kind of...
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, but it's also sort of a cheap gotcha for a Dracula who only has 2 hit points left. But I will say this, when it comes to the Dracula allies, maybe they should be balanced in such a way that Dracula doesn't have to choose between the assist effect and the ally effect. Maybe he just gets both. Like, Emmanuel Hildesheim could come out, right? But instead of checking the top 6 cards, this is just off the top of my head, maybe it only checks the top 3 or 4 or something like that. But now it's in play. Maybe that would be too powerful with the way the effects are written. But maybe you could change the effects and make it so that Dracula no longer has to choose between, do I take the good effect or do I take the mediocre effect that they're almost certainly going to get rid of on the very next turn anyway with good luck.
Right.
And a big part of it comes down to the way good luck works.
Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where it's a weak card. It's... Oh my god, he found it with a slow horse.
He tried to be pretty tricky there. I don't know, maybe I would have been fine with just a bat to 49 and a wolf to Munich. Might have been the way to go.
Oh god. We've seen some jammy stuff this tournament.
Gio will be fuming. It is impossible.
Oh. It's, I don't know, do you see like the Tarvalar was a Khajiit game?
I might have.
It was like the same thing. Like Tarvalar had was a Khajiit on the ropes, and had wolf formed from Mediterranean into Iberia, and decided to be sneaky and went into like Granada or Madrid with the wolf form, and then double backed into Alicante, and Godalming was in Saragossa, and the one time he rolls a yellow one was a
Of
Khajiit goes,
course.
oh fuck it, I'm gonna check Alicante,
Might
and he
as
found
well.
it. And I was just devastated watching it, like, how can you be so jabby? Because if he got a 2, he would have gone all the way to Cardiff.
Strange that he would even check Constanta, but it does make some sense in the sense that the vampire likes to stick to the coastlines wherever possible.
But he's on 1 health, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I guess he rolled a 1, right? If he rolls a 2, he's going to go all the way to Bucharest.
That's
So it
crazy. I guess you go there because you're thinking maybe on the next turn you'll have to move to like Castle Dracula or a Castle Dracula adjacent space.
Right.
Punch him!
Unbelievable.
Punch him, Spencer Wolfhart!
Now watch Spencer bring out all the dodges now. The back is just flailing with the claws, like. Oh dear.
But you see
That's
what
the thing,
I
like in
mean?
a fight like this, with you say with Aggie, right? In a fight like this, Dracula's basically fucked because he can never get above 1 HP.
Exactly. Without Sister Agatha, at least there could still be something on the line here. We might be saying, oh, we don't know. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but because of the way Sister Agatha works, it's just kind of completely determined.
Right. And unless Sword throws out a Heavenly Host here.
Right.
But why would he throw out a Heavenly Host in this situation?
Wow, what a crazy one.
Oh, the same as the reverse matchup. That was mental as well.
Why did he even check Constanta? Like I said, maybe he was thinking Dracula's heading towards the castle.
Right. Bucharest is such an obvious place to check, right?
Right.
And you can stay up there and supply and everything, right?
Yeah, you never know precisely what your opponent's thinking, so you might have all these sneaky things that you're doing, and then your opponent just does something that to them was extremely obvious, and then goes, "Oh wow, Dracula's here."
But I don't know what Gio's follow-up would have been there, right? Because he goes to Constanta, then what? He hopes that the hunters jump past him, and he hides and then goes into Varna, but he's never going to have enough health to get beyond Ionian, so I don't really know what the follow-up was there.
I think your only real plan was to get west as fast as you can.
Right, and you might just kill Mina. Not killing Godalming there was just really rough for him.
Yeah, he needed that.
Spencer played combat very well this game.
Oh
very
my
good.
gosh, yeah, the combat was nearly flawless. He's the king of rock, paper, scissors. Here's something interesting, Scott Sword.
Hit me.
If you got enough people together for a rock, paper, scissors tournament, and every time you lost a game, you were eliminated. The person who wins the tournament would have won however many games of rock, paper, scissors in a row, despite how statistically unlikely that seems. So if you had like a tournament composed of 1 million brackets, right? The winner would be the person who won 1 million games of rock, paper, scissors in a row. Sounds like a statistical impossibility, but in that situation,
it has to.
It would
Someone
occur.
has to
It
do
would
it.
be certain to happen. Yeah.
It has to happen. Oh my goodness.
So there's your bit of game theory for you today, ladies and gentlemen.
So when your friend beats you with 10 rock paper scissors wins in a row, it's not that unlikely.
Which seems to have happened. All right, everybody. I think we'll sign off there. Hope everybody had a good time. I sure did. Thank you for
just with
joining
that win,
me, bud.
Spencer's in the top is in the top 8 after that win. Watch out.
Great 8.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna start winnowing away the chaff, and then we'll be left with only the wheat.
That's good to talk to you, bud.
Yeah.
And if you're the hopefully be one, I think there's a game tomorrow night at a similar time. So if you want to reverse roles, if you are about, then you're very welcome.
Oh yeah, I'd be definitely interested in that. Yeah, we'll reverse roles, and I'll say all the intelligent things, and you can say all the nonsense.
I think you're the one with all the intelligence time, but all this game theory stuff.
About that. You flatter me, sir. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you for the next one. Take care, everybody.